It's Ring of the Hawk Season 5, the show where we watch back a wrestler's short run with a company, and at the end we shove them a final grade to see if they can do the JOB to the HAWK. Do we really want Chris Benoit winning this series? There has to be a better short run that can better his. Anyway, that won't be happening today. We're better off turning our attention to the bottom of the rankings, the Shove It Zone. There's some pretty bad ones down there. Gunner and Murphy was nothing. J&J Security was nothing, and Jackie Gator was botchy. So, can this possibly be worse today? Today's episode was also a Patreon request by Skippy Hippie. If you want to make the Hawk talk, sign up today. Okay, it's Kurrgan the Interrogator. Will the Hawk be a hater? It is 1997 and the WWF is in full transition mode into the Attitude Era. So what better than to have a group of foreign South African soldiers who hate America? Match 1, Raw. Road Dogg, Flash Funk and Bob Holly, the Job Squad, take on the Truth Commission. They comically march out to the ring led by the Commandant. This man is Rob Smith, an actor who has no experience in the wrestling world. The actual wrestlers of the group are Sniper, Recon, the future Bull Buchanan, and our guy, Kurrgan. At this point, he's simply known as the Interrogator. Kurrgan gets tagged in with the Road Dogg. He barges the DOG down. He holds Road Dogg still so Sniper can hit an axe handle smash. The Commandant grins from ear to ass. Back in against the dog, he misses a splash in the corner and Bob Holly gets the tag. He shouldn't have bothered as Kurrgan hits a side slam for the free. This theme music is giving me a hurting hawkhead. It's just a load of stomping sound effects. I didn't like this, they all looked the same and it was strange. It's an S. Match 2, Survivor Series 97, 8-man tag. The Truth Commission, who now have a new manager, the Jackyll. It feels like Don Callis is everywhere that I go right now. They take on DOA, the Disciples of the Apocalypse. Not sure how any of these morons got on pay-per-view. The match starts with an out-of-control brawl. Kurrgan starts out with Chains, who tries 10 punches in the corner. Kurrgan just puts him down. I think it was meant to be an atomic drop. Chains goes back to the 10 punches and Kurrgan drops him on the turnbuckle. Chains desperately tries to knock him down, but he can't manage it and he runs into a side slam for the free. Thanks for coming, Chains. The Harris twins jump Kurrgan and the ref has to regain control of the match. One of the Harris twins eliminates the Jackyll with another side slam, which looked better than Kurrgan's. The Jackyll joins the commentary desk and makes fun of the Commandant, calling him Hogan's hero reject. A Harris twin eliminates Recon with a clothesline. They have Sniper beat with a double spinebuster, but Kurrgan stops the count from happening. That leads to Sniper eliminating a Harris twin with a bulldog. Eventually, Kurrgan gets irritated and he gets the tag. He instantly sidewalk slams the other Harris twin for the free. It's just Crush left. Kurrgan headbutts him down and tags Sniper. Sniper doesn't last long and he's beaten with a power slam. Kurrgan just simply climbs into the ring and gives Crush the side slam for the free. Wow, what does he have, one move or something? There was nothing you could possibly ever want to see again here, it's an S. Match 3, Raw, Flash Funk vs Kurrgan. Oh thank God they've given him new music, that stomping was making me want to give someone else a stomping. Kurrgan has really got a strange physique, how old is this guy? Okay, he was only early 30s here. Kurrgan hits one clothesline but misses his next one. Flash Funk tries chopping him down, which doesn't work. He runs straight into an elbow and flies through the air like the Hawk. Kurrgan bellows out like Vladimir Kozlov. Flash runs into a brick wall and catches a big boot on the second attempt. Oh no, not the claw. He's doing a claw, guys. And he jumps through the air whilst clawing him. Flash Funk passes out. Apparently that tape on his fingers helps the move be more devastating. Why is it allowed then? Kurrgan refuses to release the hold, so the ref DQs him. Flash Funk has won by DQ. It's kind of creepy how Kurrgan just keeps the hold on without much emotion on his face. He seems focused on insanity or something. Eventually the Jackyll slaps Kurrgan, which makes him laugh like a crackhead. Actually an okay segment, it's a C. Match 4, Raw, Kurrgan vs a Harris twin. No one gets an entrance. The Jackyll is screaming on a microphone throughout the match. I love how in this match they repeat the 10 punches in the corner spot, and this time Kurrgan does manage to do an atomic drop. Kurrgan lands a double chop to the throat. The Harris twin tries to give him a beating in the corner when the Jackyll causes a distraction. Kurrgan dives on him off the apron with a double axe. I wish the Jackyll would piss off. The Harris boy hits 2 clotheslines to little to no effect. Once again the Jackyll causes a distraction and Kurrgan hits the side slam for the free. The Harris twin is a bad loser and he attacks the Interrogator and the Jackyll. The rest of the Truth Commission come to the save, but so does the other Harris twin with a stick. Hated it, it's an S. Match 5, Raw, 2-on-1 handicap elimination match. Kurrgan vs the Master of the Diamond Cutter, Lance Diamond, and Sissy Roll. Kurrgan goes back and forth splashing each man. Sissy Roll gets hit with a big boot. The Diamond Man gets a pretty nice power slam. Kurrgan hits a devastating elbow drop, but it isn't in a rush to win. Instead, he drops Cicero on his nutsack on the top rope. He climbs out of the ring and starts stretching his nuts apart from behind. Never seen that before. Kurrgan puts the claw onto the Diamond Man and it's a 3 count. They're calling that move the Paralyzer. Kurrgan's a bad winner and suplexes the other jobber. Oh yeah, it's elimination rules, he's still got to beat him. He stacks them both together and rests his boot on them, and the ref counts another 3. Kurrgan shows a display of strength after the match as he tears apart a football helmet, which gets a massive roar from the crowd. Jackyll slaps him and sends him to the back. Yeah, not bad as an overall segment. He looked much more intense and the football helmet thing worked. It's a C for this squash match. Match 6, Royal Rumble match 1998. Kurrgan entered this one quite early with a ring full of victims. He heads straight for Mosh. Like a dumbass, Mosh tries the 10 punches in the corner. Come on Mosh, haven't you been watching this video? Kurrgan drops him to the outside. Blackman almost grazes him with a spin kick. He pays for that a bit later when Kurrgan grabs him by the neck and launches him out of the ring. Bradshaw and Kurrgan have quite a fun aggressive exchange. Shamrock is next and he goes straight to Kurrgan. He kicks him down with a karate kick, and I'm pretty sure that's the first time that's happened. A truckload of guys eliminate Kurrgan together. He's livid and he froths at the mouth with anger. Again, not terrible, would have liked him to last a little bit longer than 5 minutes, but 2 eliminations could have been worse. As we have seen previously on Ring of the Hawk, it's a D. Match 7, 6-man tag, Disciples of the Apocalypse vs the Truth Commission. Why doesn't Kurrgan have to wear the army gear like the other 2 guys? He doesn't start this match. 2 minutes of this match pass by with Kurrgan not involved, and 2 minutes is a good percentage of time in these matches. Finally, Kurrgan grabs his own partner and tags in. He battles the Harris twins on his own. Their clotheslines have no effect, but together they slam him, which hurts him slightly more, or maybe it just enrages him. That causes Kurrgan to boot a Harris twin and he wins with the Paralyzer. Kurrgan wants to carry on fighting, but the rest of the team drag him away. There were some components here to try and make Kurrgan a spectacle, but the match is just too short and he just doesn't do enough. After the match, Kurrgan kills the Recon, because he's a dick I guess. Are they splitting up the Truth Commission? Certainly seems like it. See right here, Kurrgan drags his own partner up the ramp in the claw movement. Like I said, there's elements here to like. It's a D. Match 8, Raw, Kurrgan vs Chains. The rest of the Truth Commission have gone, minus the Jackyll. Kurrgan lightly pushes Chains away and says yeah. Chains tries a side headlock and gets thrown through the air. Kurrgan moves on to slowly pound on Chains in the corner. Now he hits a slow motion back body drop. Chains tries to combat with a clothesline which doesn't affect the big man and he hits his own clothesline. To his credit, Chains manages to dodge the corner splash and he hits a big boot before running into one from Kurrgan. The Interrogator locks on the Paralyzer and it's over. He drags Chains to the back, and I'm not sure what he's actually doing to these guys in the back, it's never explained. A pretty convincing win, but I wish he'd do a bit more in the ring. It's a D. At this point, Kurrgan disappears off telly without explanation. It's said that Vince McMahon saw Kurrgan dancing like a goofball at a party and couldn't see him the same way anymore. He killed Vince McMahon's perception of him. Kurrgan was told not to dance in front of Vince, but he just couldn't resist the rhythm of the night. Match 9, Raw, Tag Team Royal Rumble. So now Kurrgan is teamed up with Golga. This is the human collection of oddities. More like the human collection of ass. Still managed by the Jackyll at this point, even though he's not here. Lawler criticises Terry Funk for going straight after the biggest and meanest man in the match, Kurrgan. Jim Ross replies by saying, well, the biggest and meanest man in the match is Kane. Then Terry Funk just eliminates Kurrgan. Jesus Christ, you couldn't make it up, it's an S. You can clearly see they've soured on Kurrgan here, even though he still hasn't been pinned. The match is won by Kane and Mankind. And what an elimination it was. Match 10, Kurrgan. This group just keeps getting bigger. Kurrgan is even the biggest man in this group. Why was Sable associated with the Oddities? He takes on the marvellous one, Mark Merrow. Kurrgan hits one clothesline and he dances around with Sable. Not much is happening. Merrow runs into a sidewalk slam. Kurrgan seems to be in full control as he hits a choke bomb. Jacqueline and Sable fight on the outside, which distracts Kurrgan. Merrow smacks him in the nutsack and the match is thrown out for DQ. Not good, and now he's a massive goofball. It's an S. Match 11, SummerSlam 1998. 4-on-3 handicap match, the Oddities vs Kai and Tai. Kurrgan dances at them with happiness. He drops to his knees and now he's closer to the size of Funaki. Kurrgan actually gets a decent flurry of offense in this one. Funaki isn't strong enough to even Irish whip him and Kurrgan picks him up and front slams him. Kai and Tai try a tipple team but they get hit with a big boot and the other two are just thrown away. Kurrgan gives Men's Tail a back body drop. They have a tug of war over the Kai and Tai manager, which Kurrgan obviously wins. Now the Giant Silver has the tag. Kurrgan spends time getting the crowd going. He is eventually tagged back in, and it's clear that Kurrgan is the most mobile man on his team. Taka gets a big boot, and Funaki is decimated with a side slam. The finish is Kurrgan and Silver hitting stereo double choke slams, and Golga collapses on top of them for the 3. The camera quickly cuts away. For some reason, I've always enjoyed this match. I know it is terrible, but it's a guilty pleasure. It's a D for being better than his teammates. Match 12, tag match. The Oddities who don't get an entrance versus Road Warrior Animal and Droz. Hawk is drunk and wants to dance with the Oddities. Somehow he ends up being part of this match, and then he tags in Kurrgan. I have no idea what's going on here. The match instantly breaks down and Giant Silver pins Hawk with a powerbomb. The camera quickly cuts away. I don't think Kurrgan was even tagged into this one legally. It's an S. Match 13, tag match. Kurrgan and Golga versus the Harris twins. Is anyone actually going to pin Kurrgan, or is he going undefeated in this one? Kurrgan starts and the Harris twins still haven't learned that they aren't strong enough to knock him down. Kurrgan hits one big boot and tags Golga. Together they hit a double shoulder barge. Golga manages to break the top rope by running into it. The Harris twins start tying Golga up with the top rope, so the Insane Clown Posse rush the ring. The match is thrown out, and once again Kurrgan wasn't even tagged in. Another S. Match 14, the Oddities versus the Headbangers. Can Kurrgan actually play a part in this one? Well, he doesn't start, but yeah, he actually does get tagged in. Nothing's really happening though. The ICP trip up Thrasher from the outside and Kurrgan does a splash for the 3. These matches are literally scraping the bottom of the toilet bowl, and Kurrgan is still undefeated. He's obviously going in the shove-it zone, but the real question is whether or not Kurrgan is the worst we've seen on this series. Match 15, 8-man tag, Kai and Tai versus the Oddities and the ICP. Golga struggles, so tags Kurrgan. Kai and Tai take his eyelashes and hit a double dropkick to no effect. He clotheslines Taka and boots Dick to go. Funaki is crushed with a front slam. He tags Violent J to a huge crowd cheer, but they attack the referee and the match is thrown out. Not good, man. Match 16, tag match, Kurrgan and Golga. Man, this network music completely kills the Oddities. Shows how much a good theme song adds to a wrestler. And I don't think that swimming cap adds to this wrestler. But that ICP song was a tune, and they take on Mankind and Al Snow. Okay, surely this is where the Kurrgan undefeated streak ends. We start with Mankind dancing with Kurrgan. Snow jumps him from behind. It's crazy seeing Mankind look so small in there. Al Snow actually does manage to take Kurrgan off his feet with a dropkick. Mankind back in and he kicks him in the gut. He can't do anything else and runs into a big boot and allows Kurrgan to tag Golga. Kurrgan gets back in the match eventually and crushes Mankind with a side slam for a 2. But he misses his clothesline and Mankind manages to hit the double arm DDT. He motions for Mr. Socko, but he can't find him for some reason. Al Snow hits Kurrgan with head right in front of the referee who does nothing. Mankind doesn't make a cover because he desperately wants his sock. Al Snow can't believe what's going on. When Al Snow turns around, Kurrgan hits the sidewalk slam. It's not over yet though. Golga misses his leg drop and Kurrgan desperately tries to decide what to do. He tries an elbow drop but misses Al Snow by about a century. Eventually he chokeslams Al Snow and Golga hits the ass drop for the 3. I'm pretty sure neither Al Snow or Golga were illegal men, but whatever, Kurrgan is still undefeated. I am actually rooting for him now, but he might be the first Ring of Hawk competitor to make it all the way. It's a D, but it's not looking good for the next match. Match 17, 6-man tag. Golga, Kurrgan and Giant Silver versus the Outlaws and X-Pac. Kurrgan wants to dance with Billy Gunn, but he ain't dancing. Gunn has more speed but runs into Kurrgan's big boot. He manages to slide under Kurrgan's leg and takes him down for chop block. The Road Dogg comes in with a shaky knee drop. That seems to wake Kurrgan up and he hits the sidewalk slam and tags Golga. Kurrgan has to save Golga after the famouser. Shaggy 2-Dope interferes with something that the camera misses, and that's enough to beat Golga. You know, I sat through the entire run of Bastion Booger. I really watched every match, and this is worse. There's nothing to like about Kurrgan, and yet he is still undefeated. Match 18, tag match. The Rasher and the Mosher, the Headbangers versus Golga and Kurrgan. Mosh starts this one with a dive, which is caught, and Kurrgan slams him. The elbow drop only gets Kurrgan a 1 count. Golga has the tag. Violent J distracts Golga. The Headbangers trip him up using a shirt, and Golga is beaten. Ugh. The clowns spray in the Oddities' eyes, and now the ICP are associated with the Headbangers instead. Still undefeated and still crap. Match 19, Rock Bottom in Your House. Appropriate, because this run really is the rock bottom. Thrasher and Mosher versus Golga and Kurrgan. Our guy to start with Mosh. Lots of stalling. Come on, move! Your matches are never long. You can't waste this time. Kurrgan misses a dive in the corner and Mosh starts punching him and cutters him across the ropes. It doesn't help and Kurrgan hits the sidewalk slam as he returns to the ring. Kurrgan will fight Thrasher now, or maybe he'll just dance at him. No, he hits the smiling side slam, but he doesn't make a pin. Not sure why, that move was devastating in the first part of this video. Kurrgan gets bored and starts beating on both the headbangers at the same time. Golga is tagged in. He does well and tags Kurrgan back in. He slams Thrasher and randomly he heads to the middle rope, but Kurrgan misses his splash. Thrasher tries to recover with a suplex but isn't strong enough, so Mosh helps him out. That gets them a 1 count. The headbangers do some more double teaming. It feels like it's starting to wear Kurrgan down. This crowd sound restless and they chant boring. Kurrgan eventually has a back body drop and a clothesline. Tags are made. Golga is then beaten with a flying smack from Mosh. This was a pay-per-view match, but you sure wouldn't know it. It didn't feel any different to any of the other matches we've seen. Still, Kurrgan is undefeated and he's almost made it if he just needs to hang in there for a couple more times. Match 20, Royal Rumble 99. Kurrgan enters against the Road Dogg. He delivers knees in the corners to the dog. Kurrgan hits the side slam, but he seems hesitant on what to do next. Al Snow enters and tries to work with the dog, but they aren't strong enough to eliminate Kurrgan. Road Dogg has a change of heart and eliminates Al Snow. Bad move because Kurrgan says shut up or I'll smack you one. Goldust is in next. He hits a DDT on Kurrgan which knocks off his swimming cap. He pays for that as Kurrgan holds him so Goldust can smack him in the slash zone. Kane enters and everybody is pretty much screwed. He clotheslines Kurrgan out. 0 eliminations and not much to talk about. Match 21. Final match! Yes, thank God. It's been a real battle getting to this point. Some of the worst wrestling the Hawk has had to endure. Singles match, Kurrgan versus Droz. He demands the other freaks are sent to the back. There's so many strange hats in this segment. Let's get this over and done with. Kurrgan hits a big boot and the side slam. It seems like this won't last long and that's saying something because none of these matches have gone long. Kurrgan nails a splash in the corner and roars with happiness. Droz gets clotheslined out the ring where he jabs Kurrgan in the throat of a stick. He flies back into the ring with a top rope shoulder tackle and wow, Droz pins Kurrgan. Fuck! You complete failure. The only thing you had going for you was that you didn't lose any matches, and now you've blown that too. You got my hopes up, Kurrgan. I thought this was going to be the first ever undefeated Ring of the Hawk episode. It would be your one saving grace, but you blew it. All you had to do was get DQ'd or walk away. Now I'm off to spray. In February 99, the Oddities were released from the WWF, with Kurrgan having his final match against The Undertaker on Heat. Kurrgan had more success with his acting career, appearing in Sherlock Holmes and 300. You know, it's funny, you take away that ICP theme music from the Oddities and they were so much less likeable. I thought I'd prefer the Oddities version of Kurrgan, but I actually thought the Truth Commission Kurrgan did a bit more. That being said, this whole run was one of the worst I've seen on Ring of the Hawk Season 5. Just not much to like, and if you don't agree with that, I'll use your girl like the village bike.